But first, members of the crew of Knicks reached the breaking point with the Carnival organization after the crew captain, Julie Lee, posted a controversial All Lives Matter image on the organization's website in late May. Now, scores have left the organization. Some are asking questions about how Lee managed the crew's finances. Good evening to you. I'm Gina Swanson.
And I'm Sela Kim. Chief investigative reporter Greg LaRose has followed a paper trail to learn more about how Knicks earns and spends its money.
Mardi Gras is big business in New Orleans. A two-lane study puts the annual economic impact into the hundreds of millions of dollars. Economist Tony Weist used Carnival crew figures for part of her research and says that member spending adds even more to the bottom line.
There's massive amounts of spending that each of the individual members spend outside of the regular membership dues that they put in.
And it's that member spending that's created steady revenue streams for the crew of Knicks, whose leader Julie Lee now faces scrutiny from disgruntled former members. Technically, Lee doesn't have to share the crew's financial records, so to get an idea of how Knicks makes money and spends it, we asked an expert to review their publicly available tax forms.
When I reviewed these, it creates a lot more questions.
Kathleen Zuniga is a CPA. Her expertise includes 25 years auditing nonprofits, which is how Carnival crews are organized. Numbers that jump out to Zuniga involve the crew's membership, which increased by nearly 50% from 2015 to 2018.
The last 3 years, they've had, experienced really significant growth between 16 and 17. And with that, when you have rapid growth in a company, a lot of times the controls and the best practices don't follow.
The Knicks growth spurt included its cash intake. Its 2014 tax return shows the crew reported $88,000 in its bank account. 4 years later, it had $1.2 million.
It's like it's always something that we always have cash for this, cash for that. Everything became cash.
The champagne or the wine at the ball, the parking passes, there were merchandise, all the merchandise was cash only. Our harnesses were cash only. Our doubloons were cash only.
V. George and Rebecca Fox are former members of Knicks and its dance troupe, the Knicksettes. Their recollections that crew leaders conducted so much cash-only business are supported in emails shared with WDSU. Popular Knicks-branded throws, purses, hats, T-shirts, even required float harnesses, all sold on a cash-only basis.
As the years progressed, it almost became solely cash sales.
The aftermath of the All Lives Matter Facebook post isn't the first time Julie Lee has been challenged about the crew's finances. Lee filed a defamation suit against former Knicks member Risa Clay in 2017. After her membership in Knicks wasn't renewed, Clay aired her beefs with Lee on social media. In one Facebook post, Clay claimed the home Lee and her husband lived in was paid for with Knicks member dues. Lee's defamation case against Clay has been pending for 3 years after a judge denied Lee a preliminary injunction that accused Clay of cyberstalking. The judge also denied Clay's early motion to strike the defamation case. Clay's attorney says she plans to ask the court again to dismiss the lawsuit. We reached out to Julie Lee through her lawyer to answer questions about the crew's business practices. There's been no response.
It's always something that we always have cash for this, cash for that.
One cash item that rubbed V. George the wrong way was the $5 parking pass needed for members to load their floats at a staging lot before the parade. Members say if their spouse or a non-member friend wanted to help them load, they also had to pay $5 to get on the lot.
And I never understood. No other crew is charging anybody to access the lot. I can understand if you need to show your membership card to get in.
We verified no other crew charges their members to load their floats, but V. George brings up another cash generator for Knicks, membership cards. We couldn't find any other crew that required its members to have them, but Knicks did for $3 each, cash only.
Anytime you hear that, it's a red flag because there is no paper trail.
Another money matter that troubles some former members is that Captain Julie Lee and select crew leaders draw salaries from the crew of Knicks. Their compensation is detailed on its tax forms. They show Lee made more than $228,000 from 2013 to 2018. It's not unheard of for a Carnival organization to have paid employees, but their tax forms show a vast majority don't pay their leaders or board members. Julie Lee drew full-time pay from Nix, while she was also the full-time police chief at Delgado Community College. It's not illegal to hold 2 full-time jobs, but Lee was fired from Delgado after it was reported that she had assigned 2 officers to work a private detail during work hours. The college issued a statement at the time calling Lee's behavior unacceptable. Another area where the crew of Nix could face potential IRS scrutiny is its travel spending. No other crew comes even close. Tomorrow I'll have a look at that, along with some businesses with close ties to Nix leadership. For WDSU Investigates, I'm Greg LaRose.
Greg, thank you so much.